Now on 7 News at 4, charges in an upstate cold cases have just been dismissed and dropped.
We speak with a lawyer about what is next and go over what investigators have discovered so far.
Also on the way today, Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has been hospitalized. We have the latest on his condition after he was injured in a fall.
And spring break is right around the corner. That means roads and airports will be packed. We do have a travel forecast and a live report.
Thanks so much for watching 7 News at 4 today. It looks like we're going to have rain on the way. We can see the clouds moving in outside on the windows.
I was just about to mention that. Our chief meteorologist, Christy Henderson, is joining us now to time out those showers.
All right, yeah, Taylor and Amy, showers already working their way in from the west so far today after starting out with sunshine. Clouds, of course, had moved in, as you all mentioned, and you can see just very light radar returns now. The air overall still trying to stay on the drier side, so a lot of the more widespread rain working in from Georgia and Tennessee has been breaking up as it's been moving eastward. But we've got a few areas of light rain in northern Pickens County, south of Anderson. Showers there and also down into Abbeville County and up into Swain County. More will be on the way during the evening and the overnight hours. Right now we've got temperatures though that are in the low to mid 60s, so fairly mild out there, near 60 in western North Carolina. 9 o'clock, we'll expect 50s, 40s and 50s in the morning and a chance of showers lingering for your drive to work on Friday. We'll talk more about how long this rain is going to last and more rain in store for the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Amy?
All right, Christy, thank you. And developing right now, 2 upstate cold cases are still unsolved after charges were dismissed in one and dropped in the other. 7 News reporter Taylor Farmer talked with an attorney about next steps for these cases.
In Greenville County, charges have been dropped against a suspect in a 2015 homicide, as well as charges dismissed against a murder suspect in a 2006 case. With 2 new cold cases in the upstate, we sat down with an attorney on what this means for the cases and for the families.
According to the 13th Circuit Solicitor's Office, charges against Javion Sanders were dropped this week. Sanders was a suspect in the 2015 homicide of 16-year-old Kobe Smith, who was shot and killed on the Sliding Rock Trail behind Clark Street in Greenville. In a separate case this week, charges were dismissed for 2 suspects in connection to the 2006 death of Nishan Huff in Greenville County. According to the solicitor's office, Frank Rozier's charges of murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime were dismissed, as well as Brittany Goldsmith's charges with accessory after the fact.
All prosecutors understand this high burden that they have to meet, which is the highest burden in the land, beyond a reasonable doubt. And so they should take it seriously, and they do. Certainly they don't want to convict anybody who is innocent, and so they want to make sure in every case, and especially a case as serious as murder, that they have all their ducks in a row.
The city of Greenville and Greenville County currently have over 100 cold cases, these 2 being the most recent. Reporting in Greenville, Taylor Farmer, 7 News.
And to find more information on both of these cases, head to our website, WSPA.com.
Senator Mitch McConnell has been hospitalized after a fall. CBS News reports that he tripped at a D.C. hotel during a private dinner. Nicole D'Antonio reports.
Lord bless Senator McConnell.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is top of mind on Capitol Hill as he remains hospitalized in Washington.
I called the leader this morning and spoke briefly with his staff to extend my prayers and well wishes.
A spokesperson for the Kentucky Republicans says he tripped at a local hotel during a private dinner. He has been admitted to the hospital where he is receiving treatment. Just this week, the 81-year-old condemned Fox News host Tucker Carlson for spinning a false narrative on his TV show of the deadly January 6th riots.
I want to associate myself entirely with the opinion of the chief of the Capitol Police about what happened on January 6th.
McConnell's office has yet to provide additional details on his condition or how severe his injuries might be. With Leader McConnell absent from the Senate, lawmakers here on Capitol Hill have been wishing him well.
Along with our colleagues, I look forward to his speedy return to the United States Senate.
Back in 2019, McConnell took a spill at his Louisville home, fracturing his shoulder. The accident required weeks of recovery and physical therapy. The 81-year-old also had triple heart bypass surgery back in 2003 and is a survivor of childhood polio. This year, he became the longest-serving party leader in U.S. Senate history. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
McConnell is one of several lawmakers who have been hospitalized in recent weeks, including Senators John Fetterman and Bob Casey, as well as Congresswoman Dianne Feinstein.
The fight over the national budget's heating up, with President Biden unveiling his proposal, but the budget has no chance of passing the Republican-controlled House. Nicole D'Antonio has more.
President Biden says his proposed budget will shore up entitlement programs such as Medicare while decreasing the deficit.
I will protect Social Security and Medicare without any change. Guaranteed. I won't allow them to be gutted or eliminated, as MAGA Republicans threaten to do.
The president's $6.8 trillion proposal includes increased spending for the military and social programs. They would be largely paid for by $5 trillion in new taxes on corporations and the wealthiest Americans. The proposal would reportedly cut the federal deficit by nearly $3 trillion over the next decade.
Anybody who thinks our present federal tax system is fair, raise your hand.
The president's proposal is really just the start of negotiations with Republicans over raising the debt limit. Most lawmakers believe it has little chance of passing Congress.
The president shouldn't take it personally. Most presidential budgets are DOA in the Senate. We like to do our own work.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy criticized Biden for not negotiating with Republicans over the debt limit.
No one party can solve this. The country wants us to work together. So when the president delays our opportunity to negotiate together to help solve this problem, it only harms our economy more.
Republicans say they want guaranteed budget cuts before they'll raise the debt limit. Congress has until the summer to raise the limit in order to avoid default. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The White House is calling on Republicans to issue their own budget, showing exactly where they want to make cuts.
Now on 7 News, spring break is right around the corner. Can you believe it? Airports and roads are expected to be extra packed. Our Henry Coburn has a look at what you can expect from GSP. Henry, good afternoon.
Well, what I've learned today is that experts are expecting an unusually busy travel season. So whether you're hitting the road or heading to GSP to catch a flight, you're going to run into likely more delays than they're used to. Now, here at GSP, they're expecting an unusually busy March. They've added multiple flights, new airlines, they've expanded the size of some flights, plus events like March Madness and business conventions are planned for the area. In total, expect roughly 20% more air passengers here than last month. The airport suggests you get here 2 hours before takeoff. Just make sure you find parking and get settled in with enough time. But most people are going to be driving, and if you're one of them, expect busier roads too.
We expect the spring break travel season to be really big, probably the biggest that we've seen in recent years. Folks aren't worried about the pandemic. There's consumer confidence out there. And because of that, demand is really, really high.
Now, if you are driving for spring break this year, there is some good news for you. AAA is projecting gas prices will be between 85 cents and a whole $1 cheaper than they were for spring break last year. For now, live at GSP, Henry Coburn, 7 News.
Henry, thank you for that live report. AAA also says the top destination for spring breakers this year is going to be Orlando, Florida. And if you plan to travel to GSP, or through GSP rather, the airport announced 2 new nonstop flights today, including one to Orlando and the other to New Haven, Connecticut. These trips are available through Avelo Airlines, starting at $49 for a one-way trip.
We know that demand is strong for the New York area, the Connecticut area, and certainly down to Orlando. So the vibrant economy in the entire state of South Carolina and Greenville-Spartanburg in particular made this a natural choice for our next destination as we took delivery of new aircraft.
And bi-weekly flights to Orlando start on June 7th and Connecticut on June 23rd.
Happening now, people in the city of Clemson say there are a lot of skateboarders, but not enough places to skate. Now, a nonprofit organization is working to raise money for a new public skate park. 7 News' Chloe Salsameda has the story.
Clemson
Clemson Park is expected to become a new hub in the city once some renovations are made. Members of the community hope a new skate park is included in those plans. Brady Craig has been skateboarding since he was a child, but over the years, he says the number of skate parks in the area has dwindled. Craig and several others recently started the nonprofit Skate Upstate to raise money to design and build a skate park in Clemson Park. If approved, it would be built right next to a pump track, which skateboarders currently share with bikers. Skate Upstate has raised $13,000 so far. They hope with community support, they can build a park that can be used for generations.
I think Clemson having a place for people to, get with the times and participate in this now Olympic sport would be really beneficial to the overall area.
Overall, the group hopes to raise $100,000 for the park. We'll have information on how you can donate on our website. In Clemson, Chloe Salsameda, 7 News.
The organization says the closest public skate parks to Clemson are an hour and a half away. A Greenville County woman is being recognized by South Carolina for her dedication to local wildlife. Abby Sue Presley was surprised today, as you can tell here, with the Order of the Silver Crescent Award presented by Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette. This achievement is the state's most prestigious service award. Presley has done lots for the local environment, including creating countless micro-habitats for wild birds.
Next on 7 News, millions of people are under flood watches in California as another western storm system moves in, hitting areas already buried in snow.
And we're seeing showers on the increase this afternoon. More rain on the way overnight as our next system approaches the area. We'll talk more about the changes that will bring to our weather and the forecast coming up.